Issue number 15 of G.I. Joe is here. It's part 3 of 5 of the Dreadnought War. And I have to say that this issue is actually a little quieter, if I can even say that. This is just a calmer issue overall, but don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of action. One thing that I'm really enjoying about this 5-part series is the fact that each issue is jumping right into where we left off. There's no time jump. There's no things happening off the page that has to be explained later. It's just one after the other, go, go, go. And I really appreciate that. Duke is, of course, fighting Road Pig now that Cobra Commander has been basically beaten down by him. And there's a lot of great art here just showing off the sheer mass that Road Pig is bringing to the pages here. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that this is a quieter issue. There's a lot less dialogue because the artists here are really allowing the art to speak for itself without any dialogue bubbles. Or not without any, but with less dialogue bubbles. And I really appreciate that about that. Another thing I really appreciate is the fact that we're still not seeing the full uncovered face of Cobra Commander. I kind of like the mystery behind it. I mean, I've done my research now for just general G.I. Joe lore. I know what he looks like. I've seen the toys, but I like the fact that, well, we're not getting to see his face fully. He's still kind of shrouded in this mystery as to who he really is. So, the Dreadnocks here, of course, are talking about being back together. I love the fact that Buzzer here is talking. He says he has to be careful with his hand. He says, remember Thrasher? He came in for a high five one time, and I forgot. Really funny. I'm sure Thrasher is another G.I. Joe figure or toy that I don't know about. Somebody tell me in the comments down below. Again, some amazing artwork here of just action and fighting with Road Pig and the Dreadnocks. Road Pig getting out his favorite toy to smash him. Wonderful use here of some text here. Back to G.I. Joe headquarters, or actually not headquarters, back on top of their ship. We're seeing Astoria this time with Hawk, and this page here confused me a little bit. I thought Astoria was just kind of talking in general, and then when I turned the page, I thought as she was speaking, we were just getting to see a little bit of Cobra Commander. But no, he's here on the ship, and this is where we get some information here that, Destro here, I think I said Cobra Commander earlier, sorry, Destro here is trying to make deals with the U.S. government now, or at least with G.I. Joe. He's a man of the times. He's trying to make his money. He's trying to make deals. He's trying to make the world continue to turn. This is really where I feel like this comic is shining, and that is this dialogue section here between Cobra Commander and Duke. And I'm going to adjust my light here just a little bit so there's not as much shine, hopefully. Nah, not really. This, again, is just such an amazing use of space by Tom Reilly. Just everything being symmetrical, everything being in the same shape, and just reading through these characters speaking. I love the fact how Duke is portrayed in a very specific way to where his eyes are always in shadow to a degree, and the more and more we see of Cobra Commander, the more and more monstrous he starts to look in the shadows. This is just really great use of the artwork here. Turns out Road Pig actually really likes the Dreadnocks. They all love grape soda, and so they're going to work together. Seeing Road Pig's face, again, having no really prior knowledge of G.I. Joe in the franchise, seeing what Road Pig looks underneath that, he really doesn't seem like a bad guy. He seems like a nice, sweet boy, like somebody's grandmother in the store may stop a woman and be like, young lady, I have a beautiful grandson who's single right now. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, great action, of course. Duke and Cobra Commander trying to escape. I do want to mention here that it does feel almost, and again, maybe I'm misreading it. Here's the Dreadnoughts showing up. It almost feels as if Cobra Commander has given up. I'm probably misreading this. He's probably just not wanting to play his cards out fully. Duke is, fighting. He's pushing back the Dreadnoughts, and Cobra Commander is just kind of there. I'm a little confused by this because we've already gotten dialogue twice now from Cobra Commander that he's not afraid of death, but this is not how his story ends. Again, perhaps he's playing the long con. If we go back here into these earlier issues, We get a lot of actually really good lore stuff where Cobra Commander reveals he's not the creator of these giant robots, the Transformers. This is really pushing us towards issue number 20, where we know Duke will meet Optimus Prime. So, but it is interesting to see how Cobra Commander almost kind of takes a back seat in the latter half of this issue. Because that's the end of the issue. I was really surprised how this ended. Again, it's not a detriment. I'm not saying this is bad at all, but we're jumping back to CoverGirl as well as Clutch, and he says that they're gonna go off and take care of this themselves, and he has a friend. I'm kind of on the fence as to who this friend is that's going to help him. Is it going to be Hound from Transformers, or is it going to be, I believe his name is Matt Tracker from, is he from Mask as well? I believe he's also from Mask. So, and then the latter half of this issue is just some Void Rival stuff, which I still need to talk about. So this is definitely, again, I hate saying quiet, but the quietest of the Dreadnought War issues, because I feel like this is a chance to get a lot of information across to the reader. And I think it's done really, really well. I absolutely love this page. Again, I love the action that we get with Road Pig and the other Dreadnoughts, them fighting and then them eventually coming to terms with each other. It's also really interesting to see Destro, not Cobra Commander. I'm sorry, guys. It's late. To see Destro doing what he does. You know, he's kind of a snake himself. It's funny, you know, you think Cobra Commander's the snake, but I don't know, Destro's doing some pretty shady dealings here, and it'll be interesting to see how Hawk and G.I. Joe and the U.S. government respond to this opportunity to have new weaponry and to have, you know, maybe even some of their own bats. You know, I'm just going to say, I don't think that it's entirely impossible to believe that the higher-ups of the U.S. government would deny having some of this technology for themselves. I think they would. I think they'd be on it pretty quickly. You know, I'm just saying, not trying to get political here, just saying. But yeah, no, all in all, absolutely love this. I do think, while I am absolutely loving getting these comics as they come out, I am really looking forward to when Volume 3 of G.I. Joe comes out, and the entirety of the Dreadnought War is available to read all in one go without chapter breaks. I think it really works here because, again, each issue really is just picking up right where the last one left off. So this one's definitely a lighter issue, but again, it's still great. It's still continuing on with amazing artwork, amazing moments, and we're getting some really big, juicy lore moments here for the broader Energon universe. And it's just really exciting to see where this is going. And man, I'm still hooked. I'm still hooked on G.I. Joe. And that's coming from a guy who knew nothing about G.I. Joe before this. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about the comic in the comments below. And I'll see you later when the next G.I. Joe issue comes out. And probably for a Void Rivals video soon. Peace.